Building a home can be about creating safety and security, but the four walls that we build around ourselves aren't designed to keep us in. They're something that should be able to facilitate us to go out into the world and do the things that are important to us. And that is exactly the case with this next beautiful tiny home that we're about to visit that has given one woman an amazing lifestyle. Hi Christine, how are you?
Lovely to meet you. I'm good, thanks.
It is lovely to meet you, and oh my gosh, what an enchanting spot you have here.
I know, it's amazing, aren't I lucky?
You certainly are. This is such a serene spot.
Yeah, very, very peaceful. It's like my little sanctuary, you know, I come home at the end of the day and it's just like my zen place, really.
Absolutely. Yeah. And how did you come to be here?
So the builder who built this place cast out across West Auckland and had several options that I could go and have a look. And this is the one that I settled on because I love being in the bush and yeah, beautiful.
It's lovely. It's just so private and secluded here, eh?
Yes, yeah. And I think I quite like the idea that there's the potential for other tiny homes to come onto the site as well. So there was a little bit more of a community feel as well, which is also something interesting. I think this kind of lifestyle, you need to have people there that you can help each other out, especially up here where we might lose the power or, you know, you just need that extra support.
Absolutely. It's definitely always nice to build community anyway, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And the home is just absolutely beautiful. What was it that inspired you to build a tiny house?
Well, I think I had got to the stage and age in life where I realised my children were all grown up. I didn't own my own home. I was in the rental market and I just thought as you reach retirement age, I didn't want to be having to pay out rent or a big mortgage. So this seemed like a great option. It was something that would give me financial security, something that's my own. And I loved the idea that it could move around because, you know, eventually I want my own land to put it on.
Absolutely. And can you tell me about the design of the house?
Yes, I looked at several companies in investigation. I just loved the beauty of this design, the combination of the cedar and the metal, the colouring, and the fact that it wasn't just a box, that there was the option to have the bump out at the front, which again is just another additional feature that makes it look a little bit different.
And what size is the house?
So 2.7 wide, and I think it's about 8 long, but I think that the storage box on the end and the bump out might bring it closer to 9.
Right.
Yeah, but the main part of it's 8.
Excellent size. Yeah. And you've expanded on the home with this wonderful outdoor living space as well.
Yeah, so having the bifold doors and the bifold window just means that I've got this indoor-outdoor flow, which I really love too. Just means you can be outside a lot more. And then I'm able to just come outside and spend time in the great outdoors, which I love. It's a beautiful spot.
It certainly is. Come out to enjoy your outdoor sanctuary.
Yes. So the way the deck has been built is quite a clever design and it's all in sections, so 1 metre block sections, like blocks. And then it's just clipped together with screws that can be unscrewed and then the whole thing can be moved in the future.
That is a very clever design. And the bump out is really cool as well. I especially like that it's got the garage door on it.
Yes, I think that's wonderful. So the idea with that is that it's future-proofing. So I can put a solar setup in there. But at the moment, it's just my extra storage, things like gardening materials and things that you'd normally keep in a garage perhaps. That's in my little mini garage in the back.
You've got to have a space for all your tools.
Yeah.
So your plan is eventually to go off the grid with solar power in this home, but it's not solar powered now.
It's not at the moment. It's on grid at the moment.
Well, already from the outside, this is just such a serene and beautiful place, and I cannot wait to see what you've done inside the home. Can we take a look?
Yeah, absolutely. Come on through.
Thank you very much. Oh, this is such a beautiful design. I really like the sense of openness in this home.
Well, that's one of the things I love about it too, just having that space for the sound. I love music, I love playing the piano in here, and also the light, the way the light comes through and changes throughout the day. It's absolutely beautiful.
It certainly is. And I'm impressed that you managed to get a piano in here.
Yes, I know. I did a little bit of a Google and I thought, do people have pianos in a tiny home? And I didn't find much in the way at all. So I thought, well, let's do a design around the piano and make sure that we have a piano in here. And I love it. I love being able to play and have the doors open. And, yeah.
So I'm guessing you're a passionate musician?
Well, it's one of my projects. I played as a youngster, and it's one of the things as a challenge I want to work my way through, and all the grades in classical music. It takes a little bit more when you're an adult. It's a little harder, but it's for me, and I just want, as I get older, to be able to just play beautifully.
I love that. Piano is actually my very favourite instrument,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm stoked that you've managed to find a place to fit one into the tiny house. And the cat certainly found a good spot there, hasn't she?
I know, she loves the house. It was interesting when I was away that she would go, when we brought her back, she was staying with my mum, and we brought her back and she just did a tour of the whole house around, oh yeah, I know this, and back she was. And she just loves it. She has different spaces that she goes to and sleeps a lot of the day now, and just very happy.
Absolutely. Great spot to lounge out, and a great spot for you to lounge out as well.
Yes, well, that's one of the things I wanted soft. I wanted a couch. I wanted to be able to have that softness. I mean, I just put my legs on the end of it and I can lie out, and it's just very comfortable. I enjoy that very much.
Absolutely, and you're right that it does a lot to soften the feel of the space. And you're using a storage chest as a coffee table. I really like that idea.
Yes, and I think one of the reasons that I didn't have the storage underneath the couch, I needed to have storage. So that was a good solution, is to have a coffee table that is storage.
And then you've got the lovely wood stove here as well.
Yes, and that was a wonderful thing with the lockdown, is it took longer for the house to be built, and I could save the money and I could put the fireplace in. And I'm so pleased because up here is quite damp.
Yeah.
And it just keeps the whole inside really, really dry and comfortable. And it's the ambience as well. I just love having the fireplace at night.
I think that's a forgotten thing about the benefits of having a wood fire in a home, as well as how it does help to dry everything out.
Yeah,
Because if you've
yeah.
got gas heating, those alternatives actually just create moisture.
Yes.
Whereas a wood fire actually does help to dry
Yeah.
things out. So when you're in the middle of a rainforest like
Yes,
you are,
yes.
a wood fire is almost an essential, isn't it?
It is, and I've got quite clever at making it last the whole night. So it has the pipe going up, and then it keeps my bedroom warm. And if I come down in the morning and it's still glowing, I think, yes, I've done it.
Excellent. Good job. And this kitchen, wow, I really like the way this is done. With that strip of the mirror along the top there, it really makes it feel very expansive, especially together with the bay window.
Absolutely, and it is the cleverness of the design that creates this space, the light, as it refracts around, and it's beautiful to be able to look out at the lower level as well.
It sort of pulls you into it, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And the way that you've decorated it is beautiful as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, with the things that you want to keep in a tiny house, they need to be things that give you joy, that Marie Kondo sparking joy, the things that have meaning for me, little things that have been passed down or things that I've collected on the way, and just being able to create a space that has those all there is wonderful.
And I especially like that you've created space for a dining table here as well.
Yes, and that's, again, I wanted the ability to be able to have people around for dinner. So that's quite a clever design again, that you can bring it out into the middle of the room, and I've got 2 more chairs that fold away and that have the matching cushions, and then we can have people sitting around the table, and it works really well.
That is a very cool design. And even with the dining table there, you still have plenty of prep space in the kitchen.
Yes, I do, and again, you can just utilise space in different ways. I love that the stovetop's got a glass lid, and that becomes something you can put things on if you're not actually using it. You just get very good at using the space in the most efficient way.
And no shortage of storage in here either.
No, it's quite incredible, and that's what I love about the small space, how clever they are with how they do the storage. So I've got a full range of all the cooking things. I've got baking dishes in here, I've got the plastics, I've got the food storage area, I've got a wonderful roundabout that you can put all the pots and things, so it's easy access right into the corner.
I think that's so true, because frequently now I'll go into regular sized homes and I'm so used to tiny house design and really efficient kitchens that are really well designed, and I'll now go into a regular kitchen and I realize it doesn't actually fit half of what I'm used to seeing in a tiny house kitchen.
Yes, it's very, very clever.
And one of the cool things with this design is you've got the dual lofts as well, but you've decided not to join them with the walkway.
I think that's just for the space that has this almost an atrium feel, and what it does with the sound and what it does with the light. It fits me better. And that's one of the things I love about the creation of tiny homes. They suit you. You know, you can just play around and get what works for you.
Absolutely. And you've still managed to get stairs going up to both the lofts?
Yes, and I wanted 2 staircases just because that was a nod to the time I spent in England and the homes that have the second staircase at the back and the big window that looks out on their estate. It gives me more storage as well, and I just love the fact that it's interesting. It has more interest.
I completely agree. And this loft up here looks especially cool. Talk to me about what you've done up there.
So that's my snug, and it's dual purpose. I can sit up there and watch movies. I can sit up there and do my meditation and my drumming. So it's a wonderful space of just being able to be somewhere else in the house. And we also use it when the grandchildren come and stay as well. So yeah, multifunction.
Beautiful. And one of the things that I like about the design of both the lofts is just how open they are to the rest of the space while still having an element of privacy.
Again, it's about light and about being able to utilise the light in an effective way.
Absolutely. It just works so well. And then underneath the loft there, we've got your bathroom.
Yes, would you like to take a look?
Yes, please. Oh, this is really nicely done. I especially like the way that you've got both the storage and the shower all neatly tucked in under the stairs there.
And that was another advantage of having the second staircase, is being able to use the storage. We've got the washing machine under there and the storage on top with the towels. So to have it fairly small, it's just me, one person. It's perfect for me.
And you've got the composting toilet there as well?
Yes, so they're bamboo loo, and my daughter's a wood turner, so I get the shavings, which is a bonus.
Oh, perfect. And then a nice vanity there as well?
Yes, again, keeping it reasonably small, but it's enough for me. It's attractive, and I love having the mirror there too, because that just opens the space up again.
It certainly does. Very nice. And then over the other side, we've got your sleeping loft. Can we take a look at that?
Absolutely.
Alrighty. After you. Oh, this is really nice. It's a very spacious feeling sleeping loft, isn't it?
Yes, I'm again very lucky with how the space has panned out up here. One of the things I wanted was a walkway round so that I can get dressed up here and have my wardrobe and be able to get in and out of bed without having to crawl. And be able to use, the light again with the windows, being able to sit in bed and have breakfast on my lap and look out through the forest is really beautiful. One of the things I loved when I first moved in. Yeah, and it's just a really functional space.
Yeah, the view up here is especially nice, isn't it?
Yes, it's lovely.
And the way that you've orientated the bed is really clever as well. It has given you this ability to completely move around the space.
Yes, yes. And it's interesting because I thought I would use that side of the bed because, you step in a normal size bed, but I actually love being this side. It is a little bit more that you just crawl into bed and everything's close and handy and yeah.
And you've got some extra storage up here as well?
I have. That's so when I have people come to stay, that's all the blankets and bedding. Yeah, and again, utilising space where you can, and it's an attractive little piece, and I can put things on top too.
It certainly is. And very clever use of the mirror up here too.
It's just that extension of space. It allows the sort of light to keep feeling as though it's going and going. And really enjoy that aspect too.
And you've already been living here for quite a while now, haven't you?
I have. I've been here almost 3 years, and it's been just a lovely space to just grow into and become comfortable in.
And how are you finding life in the tiny house?
Oh, I'm just loving it. It's just everything that I imagined and more. It's a really comfortable, easy place to live. There's nothing that I think, oh, I should have done that differently, or maybe I could have thought about it. It's just perfect, and I'm very lucky.
Yeah, and being in this house has allowed you to do quite a lot of travel now, hasn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I went to visit my son in London, spent quite a bit of time there. I walked the Camino de Santiago in Spain, and then I spent some time in Mexico and Guatemala visiting the Mayan sites. So it was a wonderful trip. I was away for 7 months. And
wow.
Then my daughter was house sitting for me, so that worked out really well. I just kept an eye on it and spent some time here too, and then I came back.
What a lifestyle! Who could ask for more than that? And can we talk about the cost that was involved in bringing all this to life?
So the original budget was $145. I did a lot of research beforehand, and I even went to see a financial advisor to say, I'm thinking of this idea, what do you think? And half expecting her to say, no, don't do that. And she said, great idea, and advised me to have the best quality home that I could afford. And she said that gives you options in the future. And so I worked out my budget was 145,000. With the lockdown and the extension, it meant that I could add some extra things. So the whole thing, including the appliances and the deck, came to 160,000. I think having my own space and you're not renting anymore means that there's security in that. You know, it's yours, it's going to be there. It's something that you can pay off in a very small amount of time if you do have a loan. And then it is tangibly yours. Nobody's going to say, sorry, we've sold it, or we've got a family member moving in, and then you've got to suddenly change your whole life in order to adapt to that. So for me, having that security, but the flexibility as well.
So what does the future hold for you now?
So the next part of the plan really is to be saving. I'd eventually like to have my own land and put my house on. So that's what I'm doing, but I also love the travel and the ability to do that because the cost of living in this space with all the bills and everything is very low. It allows you to have a bit more money to travel and do the things you want to do, as well as build up, you know, towards your goal of owning your own land.
That is such a great way of doing it. Well, I just think you have created such a beautiful home for yourself here. I love the way that you've created such a light and open space that makes space for your hobbies like the piano, and that it's allowed you to travel. I just think that is so cool. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful home with me.
You're welcome. It's lovely to have you here, Bryce.
My pleasure to be here. Christine has created such a beautiful home for herself here. But perhaps what's even more beautiful than the home itself is the lifestyle that she's been able to build around it. The fact that she can spend so much time traveling and spending time with friends and family and doing the things that she loves, and having this amazing space to always come home to. This is security, it's beauty, it's sanctuary, and that's home.